Hey everyone, and welcome to the show. Have you ever wondered what lengths you would go to if you had to step into the shoes of someone you loved to really understand them,
Hmm.
especially if they were gone?
Whoa, that's a deep question right off the bat. I mean, it really gets to the heart of what we do for family sometimes, right? And the secrets that we keep, even from the people closest to us.
Yeah, exactly. And that's basically what we're going to be talking about today, Pepper, is we take a look at this book, The Girl You Know by Elle Gonzalez Rose. Like right away, within the first 30 seconds, you know this is a thriller. Okay. Set in this like super fancy boarding school world. And if you like what you're hearing so far in this deep dive, please hit that like button and subscribe for more. So yeah, the girl you know, imagine like this world of crazy wealth and secrets, right? There's this death that happens. It's super mysterious. Like no one knows what's going on. Oh, and by the way, you can find a link to the book down in the description. So this story really makes you think about like what it means to be a sister and like how unfair things can be, especially when you're dealing with these institutions that are so powerful. So to really unpack all of this, we just start with like who is the main character and what is it that throws her into this whole like mess?
Yeah, that's a good point. Okay, so we have Luna Flores. She's this young woman living a pretty normal life, working at a diner in this small town called Leicester. Now, her life, it's completely different from her twin sister, Selena, who went to this super prestigious school called Kingswood Academy. Like one of those places that just screams privilege and opportunity.
Oh yeah, it's like their lives are total opposites from the very
Yeah,
beginning.
yeah.
Luna's dealing with like normal everyday stuff in this small town. And meanwhile, her sister's off at this elite school dealing with a whole different set of pressures. And then boom, everything changes when they get the news that Selena died. Like suddenly. Super mysterious. Just before she was supposed to go back to Kingswood for another semester.
And that's the catalyst for everything that happens to Luna, right? It's not just that she's grieving. I mean, it's totally normal to grieve. But she feels like something's off, like something's wrong with the story, the way it's being explained. You see this when she talks to Officer Cartagena. He kind of represents how everyone's treating her, like they don't care. He basically blows off all her concerns, doesn't even take her seriously. It's like she's completely alone and no one's going to help her figure out what happened to her sister, like her last family.
It's so sad. Like no
Yes.
one believes her. No one's validating her feelings. It's that feeling of being dismissed that makes her take this huge risk. Like if no one else is going to get to the bottom of this, she will.
And she does. Luna decides to take her sister's place at Kingswood. Like she pretends to be Selena. That's how badly she wants to find out what happened. I mean, it's a crazy idea.
Yeah.
But she finds Selena's tuition bill and class schedule, and that kind of gives her the tools to at least try to pull this off.
I can't even imagine walking into your dead sister's room and trying to become them. Like she sees all Selena's stuff, the bedspread with the flowers on it, posters on the walls, even those little toys from vending machines. It's like the author put in all these little details to make Selena feel real, like she was actually there.
Yeah.
The vanilla candles and even a glass of water that's like half full makes you realize how much Luna is taking on. What was your take on those scenes in Selena's room?
I thought it was fascinating how all those little things, those everyday objects, make you think about how Selena's life just stopped. Especially that water. It's like she was going to drink it and then something happened. Like she just stopped. But beyond just the emotional impact, there's all these challenges Luna faces right away. It's not just about looking like her. She has to be her, in this whole world of Kingswood. I mean, she doesn't know the school or how things work there. She has to learn how to stand like her, walk like her. It really makes you think about how much of who we are comes from where we are and how we move through the world.
It's like she's in a play and she doesn't even know her lines. Plus, she's dealing with her grief and trying to put together the pieces of Selena's last days. And she has to deal with Selena's friends, which in a place like Kingswood, I can't imagine is easy. They're all suspects, right?
Right. We meet these three important people in Selena's life: Hunter, Poppy, and Gabe. Hunter is like super possessive, almost controlling. He's definitely someone to watch.
Yeah.
Then there's Poppy. At first, she's suspicious of Luna, which is totally understandable. But then Poppy offers to help Luna with an essay, which is kind of weird, right? What'd you think about that?
I thought it was so strange. Like, is she trying to help or is she trying to get closer so she can like figure Luna out? It really adds to the suspense. Then there's Gabe. Their interactions are super intense. We find out Gabe is part of this group called the Hightower Fellowship. So all very exclusive.
Mm.
They got power thing within Kingswood. Do you think Selena's death has anything to do with that group and the competition that comes with it?
Oh, definitely. I mean, those places can be pressure cookers. It's not just about grades. It's about where you fit in. And then, we can't forget about Claudia. She's Selina's roommate. It's interesting how Luna interacts with her and what she sees. Claudia is another piece of the puzzle. She definitely knew Selina well.
Yeah, so Luna is undercover at Kingswood, trying to be Selina while secretly investigating her death. She's got all these people around her who might know something. And this is when she starts uncovering stuff. Things get really crazy.
That's when things get interesting. Luna finds a secret compartment under the floorboards in Selina's room. You know, like in all those classic mysteries? It's a hidden space where people keep their secrets. It tells you Selina was hiding something. What do you think that means?
It's like she didn't feel safe, you know? Like she had to have a place where no one could find anything. Like even in her own room, she couldn't be herself. Then there's this woman, Izzy Tucker. She used to live on Selina's floor, but she dropped out. Talking to Izzy, Luna finds out that Hunter was acting super creepy at a party, like really possessive. It makes you think he might be dangerous, right? Plus, Izzy also says that she and Selina didn't get along. It makes Selina's relationship seem really complicated.
That's what I love about a good mystery. Like all these little clues, these little pieces of information start to connect, right? Like at first, those postcards that say, it's not too late to save your soul with the phone number that doesn't work, they seem random, like some weird thing in the town linked to this character named Todd. But in a good mystery, nothing is random, right? It all comes together in the end. It makes you think there's something bigger going on that's connected to Kingswood.
Totally. Oh, and then the Luna sets off the fire alarm so she can get into Hunter and Gabe's room. And guess what? She finds a hidden camera. That's a turning point. It's like suddenly everything feels dangerous, like someone is watching her.
Yeah, it takes it to a whole other level. You can't help but wonder who's behind it and what they're trying to hide. It's interesting, though, how the author uses these little details that feel so real. Like the receipt from Burger King that was marking Selina's place in her book. It was just left on her nightstand. Like she just got interrupted. You know what I mean? It reminds you that this is about a real person.
Those details are important. They make the story more believable. But as Luna keeps digging, the danger keeps getting worse. And we start to get a better idea of what happened to Selina, and it's bad.
The bonfire scene with Hunter is a big turning point. He gets really aggressive with Luna, and it triggers her trauma, which makes you wonder what Selina went through with him. You start to think that maybe she really was in danger.
It's really scary. Luna tries to look at Hunter's phone for clues, but it doesn't give her the answer she needs. And then she finds a note under her door. Someone knows she's not Selina, and they want her to go away.
Yeah, the tension is so thick you could cut it with a knife. Luna's getting close to the truth, and now someone's after her. The focus shifts to Claudia, Selina's roommate. We learn that she's connected to Gabe, and that she's desperate to get financial aid because her mom's sick. She's also under huge pressure to do well in her senior recital. It's a lot for one person to handle.
Claudia's story is so sad. And then we find out there's blood on her hands, and she admits to giving Selina pills before her midterm. It's a huge twist, and it shows just how desperate these kids are to succeed. It makes you think about what you would do if you were in their position.
It's true. We also learn that Selina was planning on leaving Kingswood because Hunter was abusing her and she was afraid of him. It's just heartbreaking. It shows how appearances can be deceiving and how much pain can be hidden behind a perfect facade.
It's awful. And things come to a head with Luna and Hunter.
It gets violent. Luna's grief and trauma, along with her need to get justice for Selina, drive her to fight back. It's really intense and shows how much she's been through.
And then it's over. Luna leaves Kingswood, and we see her at Selina's grave. It's such a quiet moment after all the chaos.
The epilogue focuses on remembering Selina and how life goes on. It's a sad ending, but it offers some closure.
It's a really well-written book with a lot of twists and turns. Well, that wraps up our deep dive into The Girl You Know. Thank you so much for listening. We want to hear from you, so leave a comment below telling us your favorite part of the book or anything that really stuck with you. And if you enjoyed this deep dive, please hit the like button and share this with your friends. We love talking about books like this that explore identity, grief, and social dynamics. What did you think?
Yeah, we love hearing your thoughts.
Okay, one last thing to think about. In a world where we're all putting on a show, what does it really mean to know someone? And how far would you go to understand someone else's story? See you next time.